Hi all, welcome to this Road to the Knockout prediction. This is what I'm assuming is going to come after ones to watch, and also with it kicking back into effect for match day 3 on Tuesday. And just with the way it's been done this year, it'll be interesting to see how it all takes shape. And obviously we're just kind of giving a bash in terms of what to expect, and just have a bit of fun nonetheless, because who knows what we might have, and with how certain teams are in the competition, various competitions, might have some fun cards to look forward to and some that's less appealing, but we'll see where we go from there. So if you can smash links, would be awesome. Sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, G the Legend. All links down below for playlist and channel and social media links as always. And comment down below who you think could get a road to the final or road to the knockout card. Like, we're not sure if it's going to be road to the knockout or road to the final, just with how it's getting played out, but we'll give it a bash nonetheless. So what we've done is we've built basically, the way I've done this is starting 11 is Champions League, the subs bench is Europa League, and then obviously the reserves, so to say, are Conference League. And I've just tried to do it that way, and I've shaped it the way I have just to be a bit of fun, bit of difference. And basically I think there's a few obvious shouts, if I'm honest. I just feel like EA are going to do some obvious shouts, but then at the same time, it's who needs a boost at the same time at this stage of the game, and give us a promo card early of them. And also at the same time, it's because like, what's the upgrade system going to be this year? We've just implemented just a 2 and form upgrade and just take it from there as an initial upgrade. So Oblak for Atletico, Araujo for Barcelona. If you want to get an idea of like teams in respective groups, Atletico are sitting third currently with 3 points. So yeah, a bit of work to be had there. Barcelona obviously sit second in their group at the moment. So if Araujo was to be selected, Man City obviously sit top of their group at the moment with 6 points. Liverpool, bit of work to be had, even though they sit second currently with 3 points. Indica for Eintracht Frankfurt, sitting second with 3 points. As I said, if they were to make this road to the final, then depending how some teams do, then like obviously the card would go from Champions League to Europa League, and then Europa League to Conference League. You never know. Musiala for Bayern, Bayern sit top with 6 points. McKennie sitting with Juventus currently third with no points. Camavinga for Real Madrid, they sit top with 6 points. PSG sitting top with 6 points. Borussia Dortmund sitting second with 3 points, and then Chelsea sitting bottom of the group at the moment with 1 point. So that is our Champions League options. Over to the Europa League, we have Arsenal in the form of Kieran Tierney. They sit second at the moment with 3 points. Lazzari for Lazio, they sit third with 3 points. Real Betis' Luis Felipe, they sit top of their group with 6 points. Roma sit third at the moment with 3 points. Then over to Braga, they sit top of their group in the form of Ricardo Horta with 6 points. Monaco's Ben Yedder, they sit third at the moment with 3 points, and then Manchester United's Cristiano Ronaldo, they sit second with 3 points. A lot of them obviously sit with 3 points, and a lot of them might be second or third or whatever. Then over to the Conference League players, obviously 5 we've gone for here. Baraghi for Fiorentina, they sit bottom of their group at the moment, fourth with 1 point. But things can turn, like with any of these teams, you never know. Anderlecht's Jan Vertonghen, they sit second with 4 points. Istanbul Besiktas's Mesut Ozil. My brain just went completely blank with first name for a second. I was like, come on, Graham, it's Ozil. But we get there. You never know. Paqueta for West Ham, they sit top of their group with 6 points. And then Gerard Moreno for Villarreal, they sit first with 6 points. I feel like they would almost be like obvious shouts, like Moreno, Paqueta, simply like obvious in the sense because of how the teams are doing, and I think also because there'd also be kind of like regular cards to expect, and people would be like, oh, if these cards can get boosts early, depending how the upgrade system was to be implemented, that is kind of the important thing to factor in over all of this. Because they may even just say, if it's road to the knockout cards, they may say, right, well, for every win, like, we'll say if you, depending like where you, like, if they go with last year's system, then is it 2 upgrades that we see on some of these players? Then suddenly you could be looking at like what, a 94 Ronaldo, 93 Neymar. It'd be quite interesting to see how they would go about it, I suppose. Like, there's definitely room for expansion with it, I suppose. It just comes down to how they want to go about it. Just to break down as well numbers for people as well. Out of all the teams in the Champions League, 31 of the 32, Maccabi Haifa is the only team to not have a team in the group. I've got a full prediction of this, like an alternative prediction is where with all the cards for Champions League, Europa League and Conference League as well. So it's like 3 separate videos just to kind of break them all down. Europa League has 25 of 32 and the Conference League has 21 of 32. So there's definitely like potential across all 3 competitions to give like good teams. Like Conference League, you've got, in terms of like the biggest teams in the tournament, you've got Anderlecht, you've got AZ Alkmaar, you've got Basel, Cologne, Fiorentina, Besiktas, Ghent, Nice, Sivasspor, Villarreal and West Ham. So that's like what you'd maybe deem like the biggest teams in that competition. Europa League is obviously like Arsenal, Fenerbahce, Braga, Monaco, Nantes, Betis, Sociedad, Rennes, Roma, Trabzonspor, Union Berlin, Feyenoord, Lazio. So you've got a good like general strong core, and like the 7 that we've picked for the Europa League are like, the way I've looked at it, I've tried to pick what in essence are like the strongest 5 for Europa League, Conference League, say 7 of the strongest for the Europa League, and then try and pick the strongest, like, and you could say the strongest 11, but depending who they all go for at the same time. Because you could see Sporting, for example, over like Eintracht Frankfurt because of they're top of their group currently. So, but we'll see what happens though. It's a lot of guesswork, and the way to look at it as well, you've got to factor in the objective cards. So, like, as much as we've got a squad of 23 here, any of these could be objective card. Like, quite a lot of these could be objective cards. Some could be SBCs. Then you've got to factor in Silver Stars. Silver Stars could be Conference League player, or Europa League simply because of the teams in the competition. I'd imagine the Conference League, personally, might bring the Silver Star. Could be a fun option from one of the like smaller teams, or it could be just somebody that they've just thought, look, they might end up with 2 for whatever reason, which I highly doubt. They might go like Basel, for example, it's like your Silver Star, or even AZ Alkmaar for that matter. But we'll see what happens. As I said, I'm just trying to piece together what could make the predictions, as it were, and just take it from there. But let me know who you think could get a road to the final / road to knockout card. Anyone you don't want maybe as well, for that matter. I suppose, because obviously some teams might not appeal to you and you'd be like, oh, that's just a pointless card. And we've seen it enough times over the years for the promo, some of the cards, the initial, oh, it excites, but sadly not to be in the end. But as I said, let me know all your thoughts and all that. As I said, I've just tried to give it as good a bash as any. So smash likes always, folks, we much appreciate. Sub to the channel if you're new. follow me on Twitter, G Legend, and I will catch you all later, folks.